In this week's episode, we're winning orders, we are losing orders. We've got deliveries of materials, we've got deliveries of stock. We're investing heavily in our cyber security, and we've even got problems with animals. My name's Matt Tranter, and welcome to Inside the Box. Good morning, you beautiful humans. It is 19 minutes past 7 in the beautiful heart of Staffordshire. And firstly, I would like to welcome you all to the first episode of MPB's Inside the Box, which is going to be our weekly blog. I've always loved the whole vlogging video genre of YouTube, and I've always wanted to do it myself. And I've read books, I've watched the shows, I've watched what everybody produces, and I've literally just been too scared to push the red button and start recording. So I've decided that I'll go down a route of actually doing it as a showcase of not only myself but of the business that we have as a family, which is based in the Portable and Modular Buildings business, which is a really cool annex into the construction world. So I do think there's some quite exciting projects, and certainly a lot of exciting customers. There's a lot of nice places that we get to go and install these buildings for so many different industries as well, that I think there is something there for you guys out there to watch and enjoy. So yeah, I am on the way into the yard for day number 1 of trying to shoot this footage and document the journey that we're going on. And although I don't want to do everything in sort of one go and show you everything, I don't quite know how I'm going to structure all this. But we'll see how it all pans out and what the day is going to be like. So yeah, welcome to Inside the Box, episode 1. Let's go. So, just 15 mil everywhere, pretty much.
Has the doors been ordered for that, for 15?
Yes, yeah. So 100 mil thicknesses except for the 2, which are 125s. But they're all those door pack ones. Yeah. So just basically, it'll be good to see how those goes, because in theory, anyone should be able to fit one of those doors. So hopefully it'll quicken things up as well for us. If he's coming down sort of 100 mil, it kind of, but that means we're still going to need probably five outlets coming down. So I'll go and have a look at that and see where's probably the best place to bring them down. At least it's all on the back, so it'll be okay. But you know, I just wanted to keep you updated that you don't. If anyone's making any decisions, we're probably only going to need maybe that 5, those 5 outlets rather than 14, which is obviously quite a lot of work for you guys.
Yeah, it's a lot. So. Yeah, it's a hell of a lot of work. So basically what's happened is that we went through the finance committee and we got a bit of a shortfall on our budget next year, so we've actually scrapped the project.
Oh, right.
Because like in your commercial world, you know, if you've got a gap and something that you've got which is a wish list item, sometimes you have to remove that. So it isn't anything that anyone's done, it's just that the school has pulled the plug on it.
There you go, you don't always win them all. Never mind.
Don't take too much on.
Well, no, we've just lost, one of the orders that we were...
I'm down 275,000 this morning, so I need to put my finger out and get some back in.
Yeah.
Hi guys. This is your first look at one of our modular building projects. So this is a 14-bay modular nursery that we're calling Project Telford. It's to provide spaces for 110 children. We are providing toilets, offices, kitchens, a full catering kitchen, rooms for 3 different age groups. So this building originally was part of 55 bays at Newcastle's Royal Victoria Infirmary. We've bought it back, split it up into a number of different orders, but this particular one is 14 bays, which is 48 metres overall by 12 metres, offering around about 500 square metres of space. We are doing a full refurbishment. We're stripping it back to the carcassing materials, putting some nice new insulation in there, bringing it up to the regulations that it needs to meet for a pre-owned building. Just showing you some of the works that the guys are doing. Obviously, you can see here, we've got 120mm of compressed glass wool insulation. That then gets finished over the top with a vapor membrane, which is a foil insulation as well. On top of that then, we do a 25 by 50mm lath, which creates an airspace. And then finally, we will finish it with a 15mm vinyl face plasterboard. Anywhere that there are toilets, we've got full floor to ceiling pattricing. So as you can probably see from the drawing here, that's where we're stood right now. That's where all the toilet facilities are going to go. We've got disabled facilities, senior leadership office, staff and visitors toilet, office, all going up into the different age groups. Full staff room up here for the faculty, and then even a full catering kitchen, which is going to have a white rock interior and a full stainless steel kitchen. So this whole project is basically a top to bottom refurb. We've already put a brand new Firestone roof blanket on the top. The guys have put a new 18mm plywood flooring on the inside. As you've already seen the installation that we've done. We've got new windows and doors. Let me just show you the doors. So we've got UPVC door frames, fully glazed. We've toughened and laminated glass, obviously being for a nursery. So if one of the children were to have an accident or knock up against the glass, there's no fear of the glass getting over the children. There's 4 of those door sets which open up onto a play area, which is going to then be a covered play area as well. So we're going to build a timber structure sort of to the rear of the building. We've got these feature windows, which will be going in alongside the doors. You can probably see all the apertures sort of along the whole elevation. Building will be cladded in a thermo wood exterior all the way around. You've got a plastisol with a multi-pro board underneath finish for the fascia, and then obviously whatever sort of metal flashings and trims need to make sure it's a neat job. The delivery date for this building is the 24th of July, subject to how the main contractor gets on with all the groundworks, as we're not doing it on this particular one. All these internal stanchions that you could see are all just bracing bars from when we transported the unit. So all of those will be cut out and removed. So it's just a complete open plan space, and then obviously we'll subdivide it with the relevant walls, which you saw off the drawing then. Okay, so we are here now in our Penzance project, which is due to go out on the first week of June. I actually think it's the 3rd. It'll get picked up on the 3rd from here and delivered down to Penzance on the 4th, just because of how far the journey is. But we are pretty much there, ready to go. Got a little bit of silicone in and finishing off around the windows and the doors that we've got to do. Obviously, when we get out onto site, all of these internal bay joints will be completely hidden. All the electrics are ready for the second fix once we get down there, so we know that they can get perfectly lined up. So this one's going to be a small office. The heating is all in place, ready to go. This is all part of the kit that will be going down with the modular, down and onto site. Obviously, all of the walls internally are fully insulated with a vapor membrane behind it as well. We've got the loft hatches where the buildings are all bolted and joined together. So all the windows, UPVC, double framed, double glazed, same with the doors as well. As you go into this office, a little bit of a bigger office, but the same sort of feel and layout. And then into the final one. Again, slightly larger than the first one, but will be a nice place for the guys to work from in the future. Quick little bit of a change of plan for the day. We've just had a inquiry come from a customer who bought a cabin from us about 5 years ago, sort of 2019. They are literally 5 minutes around the corner from us, so I'm just nipping down there now to go and see what they want. Prefer to try and do things face to face as much as we can. I think it always builds better rapport with your clients, etc. So, all right, so we're down at the customer's place now, which is absolutely lovely, and yeah, I'm just going to go and do a site meet and see how we get on. All right, so we are finishing up for the day on my first sort of full recording day for the content, and it has been a little bit up and down, as you've probably seen from the footage. Really good team meeting with the lads this morning, and then obviously just following up with a few chasing of projects of sort of orders that we were expecting to get. As you saw, one of them got pulled just due to the school not sure if they wanted to go and invest the money in. Now, we thought it was coming, we're expecting it to be coming. We had held them a spot for it to be there, but you know, obviously they're a little bit worried about sort of the budget that they'll be left with for the rest of the year, so they decided to put the project on hold, even though we thought we'd won it. And that happens, but you know, it was a sort of £275,000 order, which would have been very nice, but then you get the swing of that, and although it wasn't exactly the same or as much, but we've just had an order land with us for £224,000. So it's not all bad. You know, we've finished up. I mean, I think we picked up just over £380,000 worth of orders last week. So obviously adding this one on the top now is sort of pushing us up close to 600,000, which is amazing. I sort of remember the times when I was extremely excited about picking up maybe a £10,000 order. So it does show the sort of the good trajectory and growth that we're on with turnover, with jobs, but it doesn't mean anything if you don't make money off it, which is obviously what we're going to try and do. And I'm hopefully going to take you lot on that ride and on that journey, just to see if we can achieve that and make some good profit on these jobs. So that's it for Monday. I'm going to go and head home to my wife and my boys now, and I will see you tomorrow. Good morning and welcome to Tuesday. I am on my way into the yard. Just going to go and open up. It is 7:30. Well, open up the office anyway. The guys have already been in a bit earlier and got started. I have got physio this morning, so I'll literally just be nipping in to open up, and then I'm going down to have a bit more acupuncture on my back because it's rubbish, and I've got a golf competition again this weekend and I want to be able to move for it. So yesterday was obviously my first proper day of trying to film this, and it is really difficult to try and figure out what to record, for how long to record it, in what order to record it. So it was almost yesterday I was trying to throw a bit of everything at you. Obviously you've got the office side of the work. Obviously you can see we had ups and downs yesterday. We lost an order which was anywhere between sort of 275 and £300,000. The school just couldn't afford it and couldn't risk the capital if anything else had gone wrong. So they decided to pull the project, and then we went and landed an order later on in the afternoon, which was for £225,000. So although we're a net 50,000 down, you know, it wasn't something we particularly lost out on, even though we were told we'd got that order, but never mind. Anyway, today we are continuing with mainly the Telford project. So the guys are getting in there. The only sort of spanner in the works is that it is absolutely teeming down in Britain after having one nice week last week. So most of the work that the guys will be doing today will be inside. So let's go and have a look at what they're getting up to. Yeah, it's just going to sit on there, and it's going to light up all this black bit all the way around. So here's a fun bit. We've obviously got a hire fleet of buildings that are out to varying different companies and different industries, but one of them has just emailed in because it's on a quarry, and they've ended up with a rabbit who's got in through the floor and got behind one of the panels, and unfortunately the rabbit has since perished, and it's left a rather bad smell in the cabin. So here's the video from the client.
Bad stink. Baby rabbit dead behind cabin wall.
So we're obviously going to go and send a team up. We're going to go and get that contaminated rock wool insulation taken out. We're going to put some new stuff back in, and we're going to tack on the panel back onto the cabin, obviously just to keep the client happy. But it just goes to show it's not always pretty, it's not always nice what we have to do, but we do have to keep our clients happy. So as Tuesday is drawing to a close, it's been another day of a lot of paperwork. So we obviously picked up the orders, which you've seen yesterday. We've got a brand new 5-bay modular classroom. We've got a 3-bay modular office that's going through. We've got a 6-bay double classroom that is going through as well as a 2.4 metre by 2.4 metre gatehouse. What else have we got? I think that's it in the last couple of days, isn't it? So it's been a good set of order days. A removal of a modular building as well. So yeah, good couple of days of revenue, but nothing majorly exciting happening. It's just sitting down doing a lot of paperwork, a lot of contracts, purchase order forms, vesting certificates, all to get the deposits in for us to allow us to carry on. Obviously, you've seen that the guys have made some really good progress as well on the Telford project. So yeah, pretty standard day. It was nice to get some physio work done on my back. That feels nice and loosey-goosey. So as for Tuesday, we're over and done. We'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, you beautiful humans. It is Wednesday and I am down in one of our storage depots at the moment. Just coming to have a quick look at the stock we've got available down here because it's soon of our end of year accounts and I've just got to make sure that I've got everything detailed. So this is the actual yard where we started Midlands Portable Buildings from in June 2005. And my dad previously had it as the yard for his first business, which was Henson Site Services. So it's got a lot of sentimental value to us. We do keep stock down here, but the services and the infrastructure is majorly lacking. So obviously we went up and we purchased 2 acres up at our Hickson depot, which has obviously been a big thing for us to do to be able to grow the business. So in total we've got 3 acres. Obviously at the moment they are chock full of cabins and modulars. And mainly I'm down here to try and figure out how I'm going to create space because we've got another 54 modulars to come into stock, and this is after the 54 we bought from the Newcastle hospital job. So it's a lot to try and fit everything in. It's sort of a mix between playing Jenga and Lego with all the buildings that we've got, but at least it gives us the stock to sell, stock to refurb, and then from there we can turn the buildings into many different types of unit for things like you've seen with the Telford project with the nursery, the Penzance project with an office. We can do obviously marketing suites, canteen spaces, changing rooms, whatever it might take. We can do all these sort of units that we've got over here. Obviously these are more standard construction based units, your site offices. Got a couple of those. The one in the background there is a classroom that's got to be refurbished, and a few over here, but they're looking a bit worse for wear, so I'll keep those off camera for you. But you probably saw yesterday a phone call that we'd got regarding a dead rabbit, and Mike and Rich have popped out to site today to go and get that sorted too. It's always refreshing to actually get back down here and try and remember your roots from sort of a simpler time. We're doing a lot of bigger jobs now, sort of jobs in the 6 figures range, ranging up to 7 figures range, and that's great. That shows that the company is obviously growing and doing the things that we wanted it to do and the things that I dreamed of doing, when we really started pushing MPB. But it's also nice to get back down here and sort of remember where the success came from, from doing sort of simple units just like this. We've bought it in. It is a lovely, solid construction office, and just needs the repainting, the refurb inside that we generally do to them. And there's the sister unit to it there. So these two stack on top of each other. It's just the standard refurb work that we do to them. So the painting, all the paint gets scraped back, sanded back, and new coats reapplied. We generally go with a sort of an anthracite dark grey colour. So yeah, sort of trying to remember where you came from, what made you successful in the first place, and then working on that. So I think if you can run the new progressive side, obviously what you're trying to achieve, but still keep your foundation in your roots and keep those original customers happy and the reason that you got to the position that you are. It's I think it's a good balance of both worlds. So I'm going to go and head myself back up to the Hickson depot now in the main office, go and see how the lads are getting on in the Telford project, and also what's happening in the office. So I'll see you up there. Hi guys, we're back in the yard and it is delivery day at MPB. We've just bought these 2 cabins from a site in Oxford. So I'm going to let you sit back and enjoy the footage of these pros getting them offloaded. Have a look. So there we go, that is how our standard portable cabins or anti-vandal units are delivered into site. And to be honest, these are some pretty good buys. The bodies on them are immaculate. They were indoor in a warehouse, so they have had some services pop through the ceiling. So the guys will just get some steel and basically replicate that. Internally, as you can see, they obviously had network cabling and power points all around the middle, which we will reuse the top if we can match the profile of the trunking. If not, we'll take it out and replace it with some new stuff. But yeah, they are really clean, nice tidy units. They've got the old Cat 2 lights, which we'll swap now for some LEDs. We'll swap the heaters as well to the new compliant Lot 20 ones. And then they'll probably either go back out onto our into our hire fleet and head out to another site, or they'll just be refurbished for sale. Let's go and have a look in the other one. So just going into the second unit now. Got a nice male toilet area. Two WCs, 2 urinals, 2 sinks. There's one of the holes where they had the sprinkler unit popping through, and obviously they've taken one of the lights down, which we will replace. Going into the next door, which I presume is a female toilet. Yep. Female single toilet in there. Again, that's one of the sprinkler systems down there. And then finally into a nice canteen area. So what we do is standard. The old canteen will be taken out. We'll put new water heater in, new sink, new drainer, new worktop. Probably paint through both buildings entirely just to bring them back up to white. Again, swap the heater. The table, we may keep, we may take out. It's not too bad. That orange chair's got to go. It's horrendous. But let's see, we've got a little bit of damage here. So the guys will bring that board back, get it refixed properly. We'll fix this little hole that's been created. And yeah, I don't think these are going to take too long to be done. All the wiring's still in here where it needs to be. And we'll just bring it up with a nice new freshen. So it's the end of the day here on Wednesday at MPB. And I'm just doing my last little walk around the yard just to see what the guys have been getting up to. Just having a stroll in the Telford project right now. Guys have made some good progress again. Let me just flick you around so you can see what they've been doing. So Martin's continued with getting all the battening done over the vapor membrane and the foil insulation in preparation for the plasterboard going on before the first fix of the electrics. Mike's been working on getting all the windows in, the packers put down to make sure that the window's square. Glass is all in as well, ready to go. We've done more pattressing down the whole back end, as you can see from the OSB board that we've got put up. So that's going to take kitchens, it's going to take store rooms for shelving. I think we've got some toilets down this end as well. We've kept these doors out just so it's easier for us to get materials in and out of the building without damaging the doors. There's one of the feature windows which has gone in, which has all been glazed up as well. And this is the bit of the vapor membrane that we've not got round to putting the strapping or the lath on as yet. There's a set of the French patio doors which will lead out to the rear of the timber covered walkway. I think that's it for Wednesday. My wife's already telling me off for staying too late because again I've been doing little extra bits of videos and quotes and stuff. So home time to the boys, and I will see you guys tomorrow. And we're off on a site visit tomorrow to go and see where we're going to be installing one of our next projects, which is a 3-bay modular welfare unit up towards Lincoln. So I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is Thursday and I am heading northeast. We are going to see a client that we sold a building to last week. It's one of our biggest clients. We've done numerous buildings for them, and they've got a new site that they're starting up and they need a new modular welfare and office space. And today I am heading up there to go and measure the site, make sure that the access is good, what the growing conditions are like for the foundations, etc., which I believe is already a pre-existing World War II concrete pad. So one of the thoughts, there's so many thoughts that I've got about doing this, is how I can present it to you all in a way that is interesting enough to show you the varying parts of the business, whether that's the business side of it, whether it's the construction and the preparation of the building side. I know there's people out there who like the lorries, who like the cranes, and obviously as we get those in and out, we'll sort of show off and showcase that part of the business as well. But my head is literally ready to explode with the amount of ideas I've got, the amount of shots I've got that either other people that I admire and I like on here doing the same thing have done, and not to do any copying. It's more to take their ideas and see if I can build off them or do different things. But there's nothing new under the sun that hasn't already been done before. So I'm not obviously setting out to try and copy anybody, but there's always going to be bits where you'll trip over other people's styles or something like that. However, it's really hard to actually, because I'm doing this all by myself. This is my idea. I said initially it's not going to impact anyone. We're going to see if we can get some sort of traction or some sort of ideas off the back of the YouTube side of things, and obviously cutting them up into little short videos. But it is really hard, and I have the utmost respect for people now who have done this. Now that this is my first real long form piece of content, that how much editing, how much work, how much sort of thought process, then actually just pressing the record button and actually trying to speak and get ideas out of your head without sounding completely, daft it's really difficult. So if I do mumble, if I do say a lot, which I know I do and I'm trying not to, it's because I've hit record and I haven't got a full script. This is all unscripted. This is just what's flying out of my head at that particular moment in time. I know that I can talk to you about buildings. I know that I can talk to you about the processes of how it all comes together, the equipment used, the way the groundworks work, the buildings, the specifications. But all that's going to be driven by your feedback from this initial episode. And it's going to be gold. And hopefully, if it does reach one person out there, they will give me some feedback. If it reaches 10 people out there, it gives me a wider spectrum of people who can give me feedback. And you'll be able to tell me which bit you like, which bit you want to see more, which bit don't work. The other idea is I could completely cut out my part and literally just walk around with the camera and show you the aspects they're putting me on, and maybe that might be the way that you guys want to go. But I'm gonna keep doing what I think in my head at the moment. I think I've got some good enough stuff that will help. But yeah, it is. It is very difficult to just get everything out your head at one particular moment. and then present it to you in a way that you may find it entertaining, you may find it informative. We'll do it. We'll get there. All right, so I've just finished that site visit. It went really well, other than the weather. I think there's an old adage of fail to prepare and prepare to fail. So I definitely think today was the wrong day to not bring out a coat, a jumper, or even an umbrella. So I'm pretty wet. I think I've got a hoodie in the back somewhere, so gonna get a quick change when someone's not about. And then it's back to the office. I'm wet. We've just had a quote come in for someone desperate for a classroom submission for tomorrow. So I'm going to do that, get that done, get that sent across nice and quick. We always try and sort of turn our quotes around in ideally the same day, but there's obviously times when we need to get transport quotes, craneage quotes, groundworks quotes, which are items that we subcontract out. We don't run our own lorries, we don't run our own cranes. We do our own groundworks on certain projects, but this one's a little bit of a bigger one. So we're going to reach out to one of our groundworkers for that. I'm going to get this done, but really that's basically it now for Thursday. It's Friday in the yard. The yellow ball of fun has returned and the rain has disappeared. We've got lots going on. Telford project's buzzing along quite nicely. So here's some videos of what the lads have been up to. So as you can see, lots of activity going on the Telford projects. Now, let's go and jump into the new offices that we're preparing for ourselves and see how Chris and Steve are getting on. Kareen's been talking tech and tech care with tech care and looking at spending an extortionate amount of money, but you can't put a price on your cybersecurity these days. So it's good to know that we're looking into that a lot further. Obviously, we want to be as protected as we can. We work with a lot of councils, and I know they're starting to look more into obviously the companies that they're dealing with, making sure they've got the right level of cybersecurity. So she's dealing with that. I think we've got a little snippet of her on the phone now.
There is obviously the growing concern of cyber security and needing the firewalls and everything put back in to obviously protect the business.
It's the end of Friday. It's been a really good week. We've sold some stuff, we've lost some stuff, we've spent money, we've made money, and I am absolutely shattered from starting this, the editing, trying to get used to it, trying to think of what I've got to do, how it's going to work, how I'm going to structure it, and then slicing it all together. And then actually the hardest part is like memory cards. I've got memory cards everywhere. I've had to buy USB drives for SD cards and micro SD cards. I've got the drone, I've got the hand cam. Full on learning curve, which I've really enjoyed, but I am very much neglecting my golf game. So I'm going to go and try and get a few holes in this afternoon. No, not this afternoon, this evening, because it is 5:30 now and I've still got to go back and be a dad for a while. Good morning, guys. It's Saturday morning. I've come in to see what the guys have been up today. A few of the lads have been doing some overtime. I've come in myself just to get a few more drone shots and a couple more still images of the business. So we've reached the end of our first week. It's been a bit different. It's been a lot tougher with trying to sort of document this and bring this all to you at the same time as sort of doing my actual job and running the business. But, you know, I've really enjoyed it. It's different. Hopefully I've brought enough to you for you to realise that there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of different aspects to the job. And hopefully in the coming weeks that we'll be able to continue to sort of show you what we can do, how we do it, and a few more of the facets of the business that didn't happen this week but are obviously going to happen going forward. So if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching episode 1 of Inside the Box, and hopefully we'll see you in episode 2. I think I'm definitely going to commit to at least 5 of these, and if it sort of wanes out in interest, then at least I know that I've finally pushed the red button. I've gone for it. I've done what I wanted to do in the past and given it my best shot. So I'd appreciate it, obviously, if you like this video, if you subscribe to the channel, and as soon as I'm finished, there'll be a subscribe option pop up here, and another video of something that we've produced in the past will be over here. And then next week we'll be able to do this a bit more with a couple more of the episodes. So thank you again, and we'll see you next week. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for episode 1 of Inside the Box. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope to see you next week on episode 2. Have a good weekend for the rest of you. Goodbye.